Hello Android developers, I'm back with another video about the Gradle build system feature called version catalog and what benefits it offers for dependency management. But as usual, before we start, if you're interested in Android development and like to watch videos about it and get to know other Android developers or active companies in this field, do not forget to subscribe to this channel because this is exactly what I do. Let's start. Version catalog is a Gradle build system feature that allows you to declare your dependencies and their versions in a separate configuration file and then use type-safe accessors to reference them in your build script, and it allows you to manage the dependencies of your project in a centralized way. This way you can easily update, reuse, and share the dependency information across your project and with other developers. Version catalog is available in Gradle version 7 and got stable in Gradle version 8. As you can see in this example from documentation, instead of declaring a dependency using a string notation, you can use a catalog name that provides auto-completion and validation in the IDE. In the other example, you can see how plugins defined inside the version catalog are applied using the alias keyword. It's interesting to know that Android Studio Giraffe came with an experimental feature that allows you to start a project using Kotlin DSL and version catalog. Let's create a new project and check the differences. First, let's take a look into the app build.gradle file. As you can see, dependencies are defined like this. But let's take a look where they are defined. There is a libs.version.toml file inside Gradle folder, which on top it defines the version. Then next it defines libraries. There is a plugins part and also bundles. Let's talk about every part separately. The versions section defines variables that hold the versions of your dependencies and plugins. The libraries section defines your dependencies using the group, name, and version ref attributes. The plugins section defines your plugin using the ID and version reference. Also, because it's frequent that some dependencies are systematically used together in different projects, a version catalog offers the concept of dependency bundle. A bundle is basically an alias for several dependencies. For example, you can define it like this. You can use different naming convention for your aliases, such as kebab case, snake case, or camel case. However, recommended name convention is a mixture of kebab case and camel case for better code completion assistance in your build files. It's good to know that when declaring aliases, it's worth noting that any of dash and underline or dot characters can be used as separator, but the generated catalog will have all normalized to dot. Once you have defined your version catalog, you can use it in your build script by using the libs prefixes. You can also, instead of using the TOML file, use Kotlin DSL to define your dependencies. What you need to do is create a version catalog block inside your dependency resolution management in the settings Gradle file, and then create the catalog with a name, and then define the versions, libraries, and bundles. Here is a list of pros and cons that you may want to consider before using it. First, let's talk about pros. Version catalog provides type-safe accessors for your dependencies, which means you can use auto-completion and avoid typos in your build script. It makes your build script more concise and readable. as you don't have to repeat the group, artifact, and version for each dependency. It enables you to share and reuse dependency versions across multiple projects, which can help avoid duplication and inconsistency of dependency versions across your modules or even different projects. It supports dependency bundles, which are a group of dependencies that are commonly used together. This can simplify your dependency declaration and avoid conflicts. And at the end, it allows you to separate the version from dependency coordinates and use version references instead. This can give you more flexibility and control over the dependency versions. Now let's talk about cons up to this point in time and version. Version catalog is overkill for a project with a single module, and it just makes your life harder. It's not supported by some tools or plugins that rely on the traditional way of declaring dependencies. It does not allow you to use advanced features of dependency management, such as dependency excludes, substitutions, or constraints. You can only use them as artifact declarations. And the last problem that you may face is that it's not compatible with older versions of Gradle, so you may need to upgrade your Gradle wrapper and plugin to use it. Now let's talk about how you can share your version catalog between different projects. Gradle offers a version catalog plugin which allows you to declare and then publish a catalog. For publishing version catalog, first you need to create a module, an empty module. I will just use the Java template, but then we will get rid of the code. Now we replace Java plugins with version catalog, Maven publish, and signing as you need for signing your publication. And this version catalog plugin allows us to use Kotlin DSL to define version catalog, the same as TOML file, version section, libraries, and bundles. And then you can define your publication. And in the From section, refer to your version catalog component. This plugin will generate the TOML file and put it inside the publication wherever you want in Maven Central or even your Maven local, and then you can share it between different projects. To refer to this published TOML file in your other projects, you just have to define version catalog section inside your settings Gradle file of the project. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it useful and informative. I will put more resources and links in the video description if you're interested to learn more about Gradle version catalog. If you have any questions or feedback, please leave them in the comments below. See you next time.